Hello and welcome to the Beyond Borders podcast. I'm your host, Neil Howard. So glad that you could join us once again. In this episode, we'll be speaking with Mr. Sohan David. He's joining us here as founder of TBS Global. Welcome to the program. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we want to talk about the benefits of outsourcing, the spirit of outsourcing in the Philippines and elsewhere. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be the founder of TBS Global.
Well, we started about 15 years ago here in Australia as a outsourcing service provider for banks and financial services to start off with, as well as the telco industry. With growth, what we found was growing this side of the business as an outsourcing service provider in Australia was quite challenging. We then looked at various other international locations, including India, Sri Lanka, Fiji, and we settled in the Philippines. And the reason that we looked at and found Philippines to be favorable is because of the cultural similarities to Australia as well as the U.S., U.S. being our target market, as well as the ability to expand our services because we found the labor force was quite well trained and equipped, as well as there was a broader range of services that we could integrate as part of our solutions because we found talent from customer service to accounting, data management to some of the more exciting skills, which included geothermal mapping. So we found that our ability to expand in the Philippines was quite exciting.
When it comes to the market being different and the culture being similar to Australia, not being more toward the U.S.,
Neil, that's a very good point. And I think what we found was that I think it was globally recognized that there were so many similarities between the Filipinos and the Americans. And history has a lot to do there. And we definitely recognized and we definitely wanted to leverage from that to break into the U.S. market. But what we actually found was the laid-back nature of the Filipinos, but that, very similar to that of Australians. And when we were looking at customer service type of roles, we found that there was less resilience for an Australian customer to receive information or even receive sales advice from a Filipino than other parts of the world. And this was an interesting learning for us. And we actually, as a result of that, continued to provide a lot of customer service and back office services to the Australian market with some recognizable brands by the fact that we had Filipino support customer service teams.
What steps have you taken to broaden the horizons, open the minds of those in Australia to kind of get them on board with a culture that is similar to theirs and take advantage of that culture as does the United States and South Africa or Fiji?
Again, I think that's it's been an interesting position for us and a strategic position. I think the simplest approach we took with our existing clients in Australia was actually to invite them to visit our center in Manila. And for many Australians, Philippines is not necessarily a typical travel destination. Australians tend to go to Fiji and Bali. So when they thought about Philippines, it was, I guess, daunting in many ways. But then when we took them down and, traffic is traffic. There's always traffic in the Philippines. And once we get your mind around that, it was very interesting for people to understand that businesses operated quite seamlessly in the Philippines. And there were multiple international companies. And to grow their confidence in being able to deal in a part like the Philippines became less challenging. And as a matter of fact, we found that our clients actually advocated that on our behalf.
It's my understanding that your company, TBS Global, you try to provide outsourcing solutions that integrate the best practices of back office and finance business process management with contact center management solutions.
Very much so, Neil. We started our life as a call center, and we had a lot of legacy in that area. So what we were able to do is to integrate that, and with the key goal of making sure that internal communication and external communication would be critical and vital for us as a focal point for us, even as we undertook a lot more back office and financial services. And I think, the way that we showcased this is a few years ago, we actually started undertaking tax preparation services for the U.S. And if anyone understands the U.S. tax system, you would know how daunting that is. I think the way that we really managed that challenge was to bring all our skills and expertise together, and then integrating the call center solution to make sure that we communicated well with our clients and their stakeholders, as well as external parties like third-party accountants. By integrating all of this, what we were able to demonstrate was a seamless solution to quite a complex problem.
Talk about the fact that you specialize in financial services, payroll processing, accounts payable and receivable, reporting, as you said, taxes as well in the United States. Is there an advantage to specializing as opposed to offering a very wide range of services? And then give us a website where our listeners can learn more.
Well, we strongly believe that the area of specialty should be a massive advantage for our clients. And I think for us, there are two areas that we tend to focus on, our financial services and our data management. And in many ways, they overlap. With our financial services, we have a solution that we can integrate a solution to small to medium businesses all the way to a corporate enterprise. And this is basically giving our clients an opportunity to understand all our services from bookkeeping to data entry to accounting practices to tax preparation up to audit level. And being able to say, well, where do we fit into your organization? What can we do? Outsourcing is a daunting challenge, and we've always understood this, especially for an organization who hasn't done that. For us, the key is trust. Our clients must be able to trust us. And what we say there is, trust us with something that won't break your business, and then let's grow that trust together. So for us to be able to provide this solution across the U.S. has been a real awakening of our abilities, and then it's something that we can quite easily integrate across multiple businesses. And, we would definitely love to speak to any of our clients. Our website is www.tbsglobal.net. We're more than happy to look at any area that our clients are struggling with and partner with them.
Well, I do appreciate you joining us here on Beyond Borders. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you'd like to add for our listeners?
Look, I think in terms of the challenges involved with outsourcing, especially in an area like Philippines, I really want to encourage your listeners to start the conversation. We've been through all the areas of challenges. We're more than happy to look at that together.
Well, as I said, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us here on Beyond Borders podcast, and I'm hoping that we'll get an opportunity to sit down and have another conversation.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you for your time.
You've been listening to the Beyond Borders podcast. I'm your host, Neil Howard, in conversation with Sohan David, founder of TBS Global. Learn more at www.verticalinternetmedia.com and about our BPO services at outsourcingfit.com.